Hi, Steve Brown from Varsity College. We're going to be looking at microeconomics today and how we'll be looking at the foundational concepts of supply and demand and how that's going to feed into your studies. Economics is all about how societies deal with the problems of scarcity and unlimited wants. Today we will look at how markets allocate scarce resources in an efficient manner through the concept of supply and demand. Consumers buy goods and services. This is the demand side of the economy. Producers provide goods and services. This is the supply side of the economy. We start by looking at the functioning of the goods market, where consumers buy goods and services that are produced by firms. Households sell their factors of production to the market and earn a stream of income. Firms use these factors of production to produce goods and services that are then bought by the households with the income that they have earned from the firms. We need now to look at the individual demand and supply curves. Demand refers to the quantities of a good or service that a prospective buyer is both willing and able to buy. The demand curve represents quantities demanded at different prices. As prices change along the curve, quantity demanded will adjust accordingly. Remember, the individual must both want the good and have the means to pay for the good in order for it to constitute demand. What then are the factors that lie behind this demand curve? The most important is the price of the product. The higher the price, the lower the quantity of product that the consumer will purchase. Other factors include the price of related products. Demand for goods will depend upon the price of a related product, such as a substitute good or a complementary good. A substitute good can be used in place of another good in order to satisfy a want, while complementary goods tend to be used together. The income of the consumer will also constitute an important factor, as well as the tastes and preference of the consumer will also affect the demand for goods. These factors have different effects on the demand curve. We will explore these now in turn. A movement along the demand curve is caused by a change in price of the product. This means that at each price there will be a change in quantity demanded. Note that the curve is downward sloping, which means that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity. A shift of the demand curve means a change in total demand for the product at each price. This will occur when the following factors that we have recently discussed change. These factors include price of related goods, the income, and the tastes and preferences of the consumer. We now turn to supply. Supply is defined as a quantity of goods or services that producers plan to sell at each possible price during a particular period. The supply curve is an upward sloping curve to the right, which means that a positive relationship exists between price and quantity. What then are the factors that lie behind the supply curve? As with the demand curve, the price of the product is the most important. The higher the price, the more quantity of a product that will be produced by the producer. Other factors include the price of alternative products, the price of inputs, and the expected future price of the goods being made. These factors, as with the demand curve, each have different effects on the supply curve. We'll explore these now. A movement along the supply curve is caused by a change in the price of a product. This means that at each price there will be a change in quantity supplied. Note that the curve is upward sloping, which means that there is a positive relationship between price and quantity. A shift of the supply curve will occur when the following factors change: the price of a substitute in production, the price of an input into the production process, and expected future prices and changes in technological processes. We have looked at both the demand and supply curves and the factors that form these curves. We now look at the point where quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. It is at this point that the market is in equilibrium and where there is now no pressure for price to change. The equilibrium point is the point of maximal efficiency in terms of price and quantity for a particular market or product. We have looked at just two important concepts in microeconomics, and with an understanding of these concepts, we can now form a basis for further study in microeconomics. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that it's going to help you with your studies further.